Connected. He agreed to help us. That's... Again, I don't know when it disconnected.
Bye.
Bye. So... Okay. You okay?
What the? Get them! Oh! What the? Get them! Oh!
Is he okay? Hey, buddy.
Hey, who are you? What are you
Oh.
doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh,
So we got
That
fish-looking
darn
people and we
bartender.
got ape-looking people.
it was all that crazy ape's
What the
fault.
frick?
You hear me?
And he
Calm
knows he looks like an
down.
ape.
I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
But he's a person. Why do you look like
What
that?
kind of- why do you...
I'm
your
rude.
face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just 'cause I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
I'm literally
no,
just curious.
no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Okay, good for you. But I was just curious.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will.
Oh, he didn't pronounce.
Buried
He
going to the
pronounced the
sea.
H in that.
Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I feel bad.
I won't tell him. Everyone seems to agree there's been an outbreak of madness around these parts. I'm inclined to believe you fell victim to it too. Plus, it seems heartless to tear apart a family after what you've been through already.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Reed.
Remember this.
Thank you.
That said, the port's still closed. What will you do?
Hide here, I guess. Don't have a choice. The streets are flooded with police.
I'll make something up to tell Throgmorton. Leave as soon as you can.
Thank you again, sir. I won't forget this.
Well, I made my choice. Whoopsies. Oh, I get to pick which one I want to say. He was aware of what he was doing, or he was mentally affected. I'll say that. Which led to he was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert. Well, under some sort of mental influence, he couldn't control his actions and thus couldn't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert will have his head. Okay. Alright. Time to go, can I climb? I can climb! Woohoo! I have fall damage. Oh, Mr. Robert. Sir. Come here, you. Hey.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt.
Okay.
All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some
What if he
wild
runs into him
beast's.
later? He's gonna be mad at
Something
me.
must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure.
I'm on the fish side.
But at least I know now the story.
He's mean.
Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press
Very
you,
rude.
but do you
I mean-
think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress.
I'm a private eye.
Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
Was I?
I'm looking into an
I'm not gonna
outbreak
say
of
that I'm
erratic
insane, I'm just
behavior and
investigating it.
madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition
behind
to
him.
explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Oh my eyes.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with
Professor Doe?
unnatural architecture, sleeping giants, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
That's the
Her
number one
words
remember.
exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition. I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I
heard
sent
it.
men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the
True.
expedition uncovered
This wasn't
something?
in the-
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm
Look,
going to
cover
look
payment,
into
I'm
this,
fine.
I'll
Pay
need
me.
to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Oh, look at all that. Hook, line, and sinker. Nice. I killed it. Can I go this way now? Magic. I want to drop off my backpack and all this stuff. So I had my water bottle open. What just happened? And water went everywhere but my keyboard. So that happened. Oh, no, where the hell go? Where'd you put them? I'm missing what's happening. My pencil holder broke. There's water everywhere. Oh no, my iPod almost got wet. Ah! Pause for maintenance. Like, it was sitting there, the cap was off, and I went, and it just went, no. I have cloth soaking it up. Okay. Okay. Robert Throckmorton fought in an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. I'm not done reading game. Albert Throckmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find many. I can't read. Any other expedition members that are alive. Throckmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. Okay. Datewear. Oh, costume unlocked. Neat. This is my friend's.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Just double checking I didn't get water in the keyboard. That was amazing that I missed the keyboard. Keep the cap off. It's easy to drink. Oh, hang on. Okay. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Turn. Charles W. Reed. What?
Never again, they say.
Oh, okay. I understand you are the private eye that caught the murder in the port. My life is in danger. I cannot trust anyone in the city. Please come to my room, which is opposite yours. I'm in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me, and they will take me soon. I have cast my lot, and I am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost. If I am gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost. It could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please be the bearer of the slate, for I failed. Okay, I want to change my clothes. I'm not that gray. Newcomer, unburdened newcomer, windcoat, vacationist. Vacationist. We got gangster, we got king's robes, we got daywear, we got man of science, we got fisherman, police envoy, plague doctor, master sleuth, cultist, that word. I don't think I can change the shovel off. I really want to go like this. I'm on vacation. I might sneeze in 2 seconds. Actually, I'm gonna go to daywear. Ow. Oh, this. You were the rare example of a man who treated one of my Mr. Reed, you were the rare example of a man who treated one of my kind humanely, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run. Save your life and leave this draught city to the depths. Don't dig into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There is nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. So many notes. It seems you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Oh, so I passed out there. When he fell over, that was him passing out. I don't know how he kept walking in his mind, but alright. Conduct the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef. Well, you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Thank you, Johannes. Hello, I'm just allowed to enter any room I please. Waiting book. Building the church was his redemption. Day after day he worked without payment, carrying stones and putting them in the moist soil of Salvation Harbor. At night, when he returned to his house behind the church, he could not sleep. The book his ancestors brought across the ocean called. When the church was built, the priest found him hanged on the bell ropes, but the book is still waiting for someone to come and read it. His house is in the central Salvation Harbor on the old church road. Thought I heard singing. Between Seven Oaks Street and Wenheim Street. Still has a bad fame. No one wants to live there even after the flood. Okay. Bewitched Home. The local legends may be more than mere superstition. A dozen witches were hanged on a huge apple tree that still grows near the cider mill. Among these documents is a confession. One of the witches said the devil himself granted them a book with words of power. This book hides itself from mortal eyes, waiting for the witches to be reborn and return to claim it. The witch who wrote this confession lived in Eastern Reed Heights, somewhere north of the intersection of Communion Road and Museum Avenue. The book still be hidden there. The Tome of the Mar, or Mayor. The fishermen talk of a place near the Blackwood Manor on the southern part of Whisper Street, where meetings occur in the dead of night. Locals don't like this part of eastern Grimhaven Bay because they seem to fear those who gather near the half-built ships. They say a certain book is read at these meetings, a cursed tome that makes people so crave the sea's touch that they go and drown in the ocean. The one reading the book stands on a cursed boat that sinks into the fog. Those who saw it touch the shore have either gone mad or disappeared. How many? Oh, more. The nightmares. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow Kings gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares a little longer, and I'll figure them out. Is that it? No. The Wheel Tome. Tome. I don't know. I had a dream so real it makes my hands shake. A huge Ferris wheel rose amidst the city. People got on it and rode it higher and higher before jumping off at its peak. As the pile of corpses grew bigger, the crowd pushed me to the wheel. And then I saw a man with a leather bag. He was standing in the center of the wheel and reading from a book. His awful dirge was making the wheel rotate and dragging the crowd to their slaughter. Could this vision be real? I know there is a Ferris wheel at the park in the western Old Grove near Century Avenue and Beacon Street. But where could the book be? Am I done? Up, 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 up. Oh, there's another one. I see it. The Hidden Book. There's so many books. It took a lot of effort to track down this book. After being stolen from the Throgmorton Museum, it was brought by a local surgeon who was found dead in his house after the flood. I snuck in and checked out his place, but in vain. Still, there is somewhere else the tomb may be. The private hospital in Western Reed Heights, where the surgeon worked, has been abandoned. The archives say it is on Bourbon Road between Innsmouth Road and Oak Street. Oh my god, all these names of streets. Are we done? Ah, there's 2 more things to read. Book in the Bank. Talking with the locals is never easy, but this old chap was one of the queeriest yet. He was happy to talk about the book, but only laughed when I proposed to buy it. I left it in the most guarded place of the city and paid enough to keep it there until the world ends. And if it is abandoned after the flood, even better. Ignorance is the best guardian. I'm guessing he meant the abandoned bank building in Northern Advent. On Forefather Street between Heylog Street and Windhalf Avenue. Alas, it would be too dangerous to go there by myself. Okay, one more. Tomb in the ruins. Local women were talking about a ruined house in central Coverside, near the radio tower on the crossing of Landing Avenue and Kingsport Street. So many freaking streets. They said the ghosts of the house owner and his family still read the unholy book they kept. Several newcomers who tried to settle in those ruins have gone mad. Is that it? Is that everything? Am I done reading? What is that? Keep it down. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Hello, sir. No?
The door won't budge.
Okay. Maybe try the handle. That's the only door he's making,
The door won't budge.
a thing for. Is that the doorbell on the... No, that's the lock. Okay. Alright. Good night. I think I'm gonna end soon anyway.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you wanna stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
I didn't do anything.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out.
Really? I can't imagine them.
Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew
Oh.
it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
That's a lot of stuff. It's even more stuff. Do I have to read those now? I don't want to read those now. I'm gonna steal from this man. I took nothing. Good day, sir. No, I still need to look at that. Oh, that's so cool. I saw a preview in the trailer. There's one of these things. That's neat. I like it. Let me... Lore. Would it be under lore? Fortune Prophecy. Documents. Keep it down. Nightmares. That. Letter. Okay. So, what is the, where do the... Oh, side cases. Ruins, Book the Bank, Hidden Book, Witch Tome, Tome of the War. Mare, sorry. Wheel Tome, Waiting Book. Plead for help. Okay, homework assignment. To Walter. Can't help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap, affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting it to my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living here that I can send after you. You've been warned, Vic. I'm going to assume you're Vic or you're Walter. Who are you?
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Well, I don't know your name. I'm going to assume you're Vic. No, I'll assume you're Walter, because the note's here. Note about the hobo signs. The hobo signs? Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already. Kind of like the street signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is the tradition dates back to times well before the flood, and I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. Have you seen the crooked H shape on doors around town? That means the house is inhabited. Haha. The crosshatched grid sign marks hidden caches of useful items. The V-shaped sign is for barricaded dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. Okay. I mean, I've seen it. Just realized what your, ceiling decor is, buddy. Good for you. See, but that's an H, so it's inhabitable? What? I guess that means you can go in there, I guess. Men's finest clothing, suits, and top coats. Huh. Okay. Bird, bad bird. I have no bullets whatsoever. I have a camera. Ah! Hey bird, come here. Leap. Oh, look at that thing. That's neat. I don't know what these camera pictures are for, but you know. Bird, no, come back. Alright, but I don't know what these are. What are these? What am I holding? Is that a needle? That might be a needle. It's a brain needle. It's for my brain. That's health. That's a brick. That I just have. I don't know how to put my gun away. Let's just carry the camera. Documents to Walter. Hobo signs. Inventory. Explosives and traps, miscellaneous, crafting materials. We got skills. Trapper set traps quickly. Hard bullet detected, extra bullet loaded, gaining a chance to load it with a pistol. Oh, nope, I meant to hit this button. Vigor, knowledge, extra clip. Unnatural recovery, close to death, slowly regenerate, limited amount of health. Give me that one. Did I get it? I guess I did. Gave you 44, but I don't think I have one. I'll check my inventory in a second. Smart packing care of 25 pieces of material. More knowledge points. Or knowledge point. Oh wait. No, they all require knowledge point. I just had one, I guess. I should have looked at everything before buying stuff. My bad. I have a M11 and the thing that uses 44s. Craft. So that must mean I do have... It's just not loaded? There we go. There we go. Okay. Again, take camera out. I am non-hostile, thank you. How do I save? Did I give option to save? Ah, there we are. Save. Alright, because I'm going to end the stream here. We will pick this back up on Thursday. Halloween. I'm very interested in this game. It seems like it's a very big game. Lots of stuff. Like, just looking at the how to play, look at all the stuff I have to learn. The only thing I don't want is this. The diving. The being under the water. I don't want that. Everything else is fine. Huh. Fast travel. Yay, there's fast travel because of the size of this freaking map. Look at this map again. Look, we were over here before. Now we're way up here. But look how much stuff we have. Look how much stuff there is. There's so much place. We're in Coverside right now, okay. This is a very big game. And it's actually recent too. It came out this year. I don't know when this year, but it came out this year. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, for hanging out. Always fun having people in chat. Study there will be a test, I just saw that. So yeah, we'll continue this next Thursday. 7 o'clock as always, Eastern Standard Time. This was my last double stream Saturday. I might do it later on for some other month, I don't know. For 1 week in November though, I need to talk about Extra Life. I did Extra Life last year, which basically I just streamed every day. So I will most likely be doing that as well, because I want to stream for 24 hours. I'm not going to be able to do it in a row. But I figure 3 hours a day plus for 5 days, and then Thursday, Friday, 4 hours. That'll get me to 24 at some point, right? So I'll do that at some week in November. Not in line with Rooster Teeth's Extra Life, because I watch their stream and I can't stream while watching their stream. So, but anyways, I'll figure all that out. I'll put links. I'll most likely join their team anyways. A link in the info thing. Not yet, not until I get to it, and I'm rambling now because I'm tired. It's 12:30. Okay, so I'm looking forward to this game, because it seems like there's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff to do. I like the Mind Palace thing where you connect the things. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope everyone has a good day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, etc. I will see you guys next week. Have a good night.